Welcome to FireStar Tarot. Let's begin the journey of spirituality, insight, intuition, wisdom, and inner knowledge. Looking at life from a higher perspective. Mind-blowing creativity. The path to self. The universe is your playground.
Hello everybody, and welcome to FireStar Tarot. So hopefully you guys liked my new intro. Let me tell you guys, it literally took me 24 hours straight to get that intro done. And then on top of it, I couldn't figure out how to fade it out at the end. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked that intro. So yeah, with that being said, you guys, obviously Aries, welcome. This is your reading, okay? So I am going to be doing Zodiac monthly readings for you guys, okay? But I wanted to change up the readings a little bit for my actual Zodiac signs, okay? So instead of this actually being like a love reading or even an actual life reading, we're just going to lay down 10 cards as the completion of a cycle and see, what we get, okay? So I do have a feeling that love will always come out in these readings, especially if love is a part of your life or the lack of, okay? I did see the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Cups in reverse a few times. So that could be messages for some of you coming through, telling me there is a lack of love and there is a lack of union going on. So that's not going to be for everybody, but that is going to be for a few of you guys, okay? So this message is going to be a little bit different the way we're going to do this, okay? So let me explain it to you. We are going to be laying down 10 cards, okay? And just so you guys know, if I look this way, this is because I'm looking at the comment section. I'm just looking at the live stream and all that just to make sure everything's running properly over here. I'm also going to be looking this way, which is all the notes. Being a 10-card spread, it is a lot to remember. It's 10 questions, 10 energies that I'm pulling on. So it's just one of those things. I am going to be looking at my notes over here, okay? A few things before we actually get into the reading and I break the reading down to you guys. I will be providing a timestamp for you guys, not the ones catching it live. You'll know if it's live with that red button over here in the top left corner. But for those of you guys catching this on replay, I will have a timestamp in the comments and in the description box, okay? All right. So remember, you guys, energy is very fluid. I could be picking up on your energy as a collective, or even the energy of someone that you are thinking of, okay? The messages are going to be for certain people, not all of you guys, as a collective, as Aries, okay? It should resonate with most of your Aries, but definitely check out your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you don't know your placement, I have provided a link down below for you to check your birth chart. Definitely check your birth chart, okay? It's a very interesting and factual thing for you, okay? So just check out your birth chart, you guys. It's really important because if this reading doesn't resonate for you, you might want to just check your placement because other readings might resonate for you. You might think you're an Aries and come to put in your information into the birth chart and you might find out you're not an Aries, okay? So definitely check out your birth chart. Let's see. So don't forget, energy is fluid. If it doesn't resonate for you, that just means it's not your message, okay? Not all of these messages are going to be for every single Aries, all right? So like I said, you guys, if the message isn't for you, just keep it moving. I do curse on this channel. I do slip the F-bomb, the S-bomb, a little bit of everything here, okay? So if you do not like curse words, I'm telling you, go ahead and exit stage left because it's going to happen here on my channel, all right? Also, to you guys, no negativity will be tolerated in my comments. So if you are being perverted or negative or rude, this is about healing. This is a healing channel. You will be blocked and deleted, okay? I think that's pretty much it, you guys. If there's anything I did not go over in the intro, I'll put it in the description box. So let's talk about what we're doing for your reading today. So like I said, we're going to be asking 10 questions. So before we get into your reading, I want you to focus on one question that you want to ask Spirit, okay? Now, you guys, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to think about this question. But be specific with the question. And when you ask the question, please try to look at the question from two perspectives, not just one. So if you are asking a question pertaining to love, please ask the question instead of, is he coming back to me, or is she coming back to me? Ask, the question, am I on the right path when it comes to love? Am I on the right path when it comes to work or my career or life or whatever situation that you may be struggling with, okay? I will say too, when I was shuffling off of camera, you guys, and I will be shuffling on camera too, but when I was shuffling off of camera, there were a few cards that really strongly stood out to me, and they really signify that there's a lack of communication going on. So I do feel like this lack of communication is not only with you as an individual, with your thoughts and yourself, but more importantly, if you can't communicate with yourself, it's going to be really hard to understand communication or even be able to give communication. So remember, here on my channel, it is about self-awareness. It is about waking up as self, okay? So that's what we're going to really focus on here. So again, like I said, we're going to ask 10 questions. The first question we're going to be looking at is, of course, the opportunities, okay? So again, think about that question really hard. We're going to start drawing cards, and then I'll break down each question to you as we actually pull the card, okay? So again, we're going for 10 cards here. The first card I want to really focus on, again, is the opportunities within the question you're asking, okay? So what opportunities does that question actually have, okay? So again, think about that question now, because we're about to get into this reading, okay? I am going to shuffle a few times, so you still do have maybe about another minute. Hey, Angel, how are you? You guys, I am live streaming on Facebook as well as YouTube. For all of my Facebookers out there, understand that I am a YouTube content creator, okay? So I have a healing channel here on YouTube. I do live stream to Facebook, but you guys, I do not ask personal questions, okay? I am a certified tarot reader. I am a psychic. I am an intuitive healer. I am a light worker. So I don't do the same things as most of the Facebook people do, okay? So just keep that in consideration, okay? If you guys actually want a personal question answered, I do personal readings, and I do have a few appointments available left for the month of July. They are very limited, you guys, but just email me if you want a reading, and I will set up an appointment for you guys, okay? Again, my email's in the description box on YouTube down below and in the description box on Facebook up above, okay? Just send me an email and be like, hey, Empress Egypt, can I have your price list? And I'll send it over to you. Also, there will be an extended to this reading, okay? I do my extendeds from here on out live, okay? So I am going to wait for at least 5 to 6 people requesting the extended before I actually go live. So the live won't actually be for about 48 hours to 72 hours after this video, okay? If you do want to purchase the extended, and of course, when we're laying down cards, anything that I feel like needs to be elaborated on or even asked in detail more, we will be going over those things in the extended, okay? My extendeds are $5. I use PayPal. Also, you guys, if you want to donate to my channel, donations are always appreciated. You can donate through PayPal as well, okay? So again, to pay for my readings, extendeds, and donations are all through PayPal. All right, with that being said, let's get this started. So first off the bat, look, we already have the, the Knight of Swords in reverse, as well as the Four of Swords in the upright. So here we are with automatically swords, right? This is all about communication, thoughts, ideas, speaking, words, all of this stuff, okay? So again, with this Knight of Swords in the reverse, I do feel like there's this strong energy still of someone who's walked away from you. And it's this energy of feeling like they're never going to come back, okay? Feeling like you've lost someone forever. Or maybe not even forever, but just really feeling like you've lost someone here, okay? Also with the Four of Swords here, this is a strong energy of a lot of depression, a lot of sadness, but also still hope, okay? When I see the Four of Swords in the upright, it's a warning to tell you just to be careful and don't get sucked into this depression. But ultimately, Aries, this is still a good energy because you still have hope and faith, okay? So again, I do feel like love is definitely going to come through in this reading for you, Aries, all right? All right, we also have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, as well as the Four of Swords still, okay? So again, a strong emphasis here on just really thinking about where you've planted your seeds in life, where you're going, how it's going, everything that you've done, what has it produced, where has it got you? So it's a lot of just really evaluating things here, but I do feel like in the reverse, it's really evaluating a lot of the negatives in your life instead of equally balancing it with positives and negatives. So again, anytime I see a card in the reverse, it is a little bit of warning unless it's a negative card in reverse, okay? But with this card in the reverse, again, I do feel like there's a lot of thoughts on, Did you make the right decisions? Were these decisions the best for you? But I feel like, again, there was a strong emphasis on the negatives, okay, not the positive things in your life, Aries. So I do feel like a lot of your thoughts are consumed with negative thoughts, okay? Not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because at least you can assume responsibility within your thoughts, okay? Even if your thoughts aren't accurately or true, it doesn't mean that you're not addressing them, okay? We also have the Chariot coming through still with the Four of Swords, okay? So this is a lot of action that you are taking, Aries, all right? So congratulations. I do feel like, honestly, you have been getting intuitive hits. I do feel like you've been putting your faith in the universe, your faith in divine, trusting in it. I'm not saying that you're actually following through 100%, but I do feel the energy of you trying, period, okay? And again, this is also too because I feel like divine is pushing you. Maybe you've been having dreams about somebody. Maybe you've been having dreams about something in particular. Maybe you have a lot of synchronicities. Maybe you're hearing a lot of songs. Regardless if this person's coming back or not, or this thing is coming to you or not, it's important to understand that there's a reason that you are thinking of it, right? There is a reason that divine is trying to get you to wake up. And maybe that's the only way divine knows how to get you to wake up is by using this thing or using that person, okay? Look, we do have the High Priestess in reverse. What did I say? Divine does want to wake you up because you're not fully trusting your intuition. You're, again, thinking about time. You're thinking about the concept of what is around you through eyesight. So there's a lot of hesitation when it comes to just allowing divine to guide you and trusting your path, right? Trusting where you're at, trusting the decisions you made, good and bad, okay? So again, I feel like because there's a lot of this perception of really focused on what's around you, the things you can see, the things you can touch, there's a disconnect with trusting your intuition, okay? And clearly that's even something I'm going through. So this isn't a bad card for you, Aries. This is actually a good energy because even though you're not trusting your intuition, the card is still here, which is telling me that there is intuition to be listened to, okay? Again, and it all comes down to the way you're thinking. This sadness, this grief, I feel like instead of, okay, it's like, well, I'll discuss that when we get into the card number 2, which is actually the decision to be made. But again, you're really just thinking about this, whether you're thinking about if this is your intuition or if this is your thought. The point is that you're thinking about this intuition or thinking about this not being able to find your intuition or if it is your intuition, okay? So again, strong emphasis on communication with yourself here, okay? Let's shuffle one more time and then we'll start pulling, all right, you guys? You know my readings can be kind of lengthy. I am trying to get the zodiac signs done a little bit shorter than my typical twin flame readings. The twin flame readings do take a few hours. Hopefully this zodiac reading shouldn't, hopefully, fingers crossed, won't take over an hour, okay? Can't make no promises. Look, you guys, 6 of Cups, right? Still the 4 of Swords. So clearly you're thinking about someone from your past. If you're not thinking about your past, or someone from your past, you're thinking about old school memories, right? So maybe family memories, maybe just the good memories in general. In the reverse, though, I do feel like there's a lot of memories that you're thinking about that's negative as well, okay? So I feel like if you're thinking about someone from your past here, you're thinking about them in the concept of why they did this to me, how could they do this to me? There's a little bit of a negative energy here with this thinking about this thing from your past, okay? So again, whether this is a person, a place, or a thing, in the reverse, there's telling me there's a disconnect with it, okay? So of course, we'll elaborate in 1 through 10, find out what's really going on, and make sure that you guys have that question in your head, okay? And really focus on that question throughout the reading, through every card I lay down, so that energy can be really felt by spirit and divine, okay? So again, I just feel like whatever this is that you're holding on to, whether this is a person, a love, just the memories with this person, I still feel negative energy with this, okay? So again, I feel like you're not looking at the situation from both options or both perspectives. You're only seeing it one way, and that is the only way you're seeing it, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get into this reading and find out what's really going on, okay? Because that was a lot of energy just in the shuffle, okay? So I do feel like love does weigh heavy on your mind. Look, we already have the first card up. Awesome. All right. So this is the 6 of Swords, right? What did I say, you guys? So usually the 6 of Swords is about victory, right? This is about winning. This is about achieving, okay? But the first question we're actually asking is, what are your opportunities, okay? What is it that you're going to do, right? This is the creation. This is card number 1, okay? Number 1, 1111, right? Number 1 is all about divine. It's all about the creation, the creator, God, right? Whatever it is that you believe in. And if you don't have a belief, this channel is probably not going to be for you. You have to believe in something, okay? Whether it's a fairy tale, whether it's a religion, whether it is spirituality, there has to be something that you believe in, because if you don't believe in something, eventually you're not going to get too far in life, because there's no open mind. It's very closed mind. So have a belief, have some form of belief. It is a great way to expand, all right? Not only your mind, but your body, your emotions, your soul, and of course your afterlife, okay? So again, with the Six of Swords, I am feeling like no matter what Spirit's trying to tell you, because again, this is divine, this is creation, right? When I say Spirit, I am referring to God, okay? I do not speak to ghosts, okay? When I see things, I see things through my mind, not physically through my eyes, okay? So it's important to understand when I call on Spirit, Spirit is divine, okay? Spirit is my ancestors, my soul tribe. So just understand that, okay? So again, number one, card number one. Hi, Gloria. You know, the fact that you're even questioning it, you're on the right path, okay? And I'll tell you this, because normally if you're not understanding the difference between your intuition and your thoughts, then you're not even getting hit with intuition. So the fact that you're even questioning it is a good sign, because now you're bringing it to the forefront and you're trying to decipher what is a thought and what is intuition. Eventually, what you're going to learn here on my channel is how to balance out your thoughts. Before you can even hit your intuition, you have to understand that everything you've been going through has been a thought process right now, right? So it's literally being caught up in what you see. So ultimately what you see and what it's done to you and made you feel is going to be thoughts in your head. So these thoughts have kind of consumed your life, right? Everything you do has been a thought process. You know, what's it going to do for me? What it did for me? You know, what is it going to look like? How is it? All those questions, right? So the thing is we got to get a hold of the thoughts first. Once you can get a hold of the thoughts, and it's like once you can balance out your thoughts and you start to understand that you need to, you know, fill those thoughts with positive thoughts as well as negative, you want an equal balance of everything. Once you start to do that, you'll be able to allow your intuition to fill. Because sometimes you start thinking about it too much and you lose your intuition. You lose that feeling because you're more caught up in the what you can see. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully that helped you with that question. Hopefully by the ending of this read, you should be able to kind of understand it a little bit. If not, I will try to help you guys as much as I can when it comes to trusting your intuition, okay? But just understand that even if you make a wrong decision, even if you, again, choose a thought over intuition because you don't fully know, it's okay, because you're going to learn through the lesson. You're going to learn through the challenges and the problems and the fears, right? You're going to learn through the struggle. So even if you don't understand it and you make what people think is a wrong choice, in my opinion, is never a wrong choice. But what most people think is the wrong choice is actually the right choice, so that you can find your intuition. And also Spirit will come to you. Spirit will show you. Especially if you ask, especially if you pray, okay? So again, we're looking at the opportunities and understanding that number one is God. Number one is divine. So number one, God is saying, here is your power. I'm giving you the power to be victorious no matter what, okay? So your opportunities is a win no matter what. Whatever, you know, journey this is that you want to take, this is a beautiful card to start this reading, you guys. Seriously, this is the power that God is giving you. God is giving you the power to win, to be victorious, to achieve whatever it is that you are thinking of, okay? But that is not giving you the okay on everything, okay? This is just the start. This is just the power that God is giving to you, okay? So now that you know this, now that you know you have this power to win, we're going to go ahead and ask the question. So what decision do you need to make, right? Card number 2, the choices. So obviously, this is really important to understand, okay? Because when you're making a decision, most people think when you're making a decision that it's like, say, for example, I'm going to use a love as an example because most people, you know, use love to make decisions, okay? Or most decisions made really have to do with the heart, right? The emotions of things. So say, for example, there's someone who's walked away from you and there's someone you can't let go of. I tend to pull energy for my people who have been heartbroken, okay, who are in separation and in disconnect. It's not saying that all my readings are going to be like that, but that tends to be the energy I pick up on, okay, because you guys really need me the most. So ultimately, it's like if you're thinking about this person, and I'm trying to not say ultimately too much. I have a note over here also, so if you see me look up, that's because it says stop saying fucking ultimately. Straight up, you guys. I'm trying my hardest here, okay? So anyways, it's like if you think about this person that has walked away from you, you have no communication, right? You love them deeply, but they never expressed emotions to you and you're waiting for them, okay? That kind of energy. Hey, Corrine. So it's like, for example, you think about this person walking away all the time, and so you're asking the question, is this person coming back to me? Okay. Yes, you may think about this person not coming back to you, but you don't, it's like, I don't know for all of you guys, but especially if you're struggling, then this is going to be the situation. It's looking at both options. It's looking at the opposite of whatever it is that you want. So if it's somebody you want and you're asking yourself, is this person coming back to me? That is the wrong question to ask. The question you need to ask is you need to say, okay, I want this person to come back to me. Okay, so yes, one of your options is this person coming back to me? But the other option is going to be, is this person not coming back to me? Most people just focus on one of the decisions instead of looking at both of them, understanding that both of them are needed to be looked at, and then the decision is made. Because if you're just saying, okay, I either have them or I don't have them, I choose to go with I have them. Well, you haven't really looked at the not having them or the having them. I feel like because the emotions kind of block you sometimes, it's like you just focus on what it is that you want and you try to get that, right? So again, understand that when we lay down number 2, you have to actually look at both of these options. And I'm not talking about just glance over them. I'm talking about actually put in the business plan with both of these options. Even if it's a business plan in your head, ultimately you have to look at, there's that ultimately again. You have to look at both possible outcomes. You have to look at both possible consequences for the decisions. You have to look at both in a positive and negative way, okay? So just kind of remember that when we get into this question, okay? So obviously number 2 is going to be the decision that needs to be made. So what decision do you need to make, all right? What is the choice that needs to be made here, all right? What are the decisions that need to be had? Very interesting, 2 of Wands in reverse, okay? So this is exactly what I was talking about. And again, when I was shuffling, it's because I felt this energy, okay? So clearly there's a decision that needs to be made when it comes to a new passionate beginning, okay? But I feel like honestly, because you can't make a decision, and I am talking about making the decision with looking at both options on the negative and positive end, actually looking at both of them, writing notes, jotting it down, looking at the emotions, looking at thought, looking at the effort that's going to have to be put in, looking at the effort that's going to come back. And if you're trying to make a decision with someone who does not communicate with you, that decision should not even be a decision. Does that make sense? If you don't communicate with someone, doesn't matter if you love them or not, if you are not physically communicating with someone, that cannot even be an option in any of your decisions. You can't make a decision when someone's not willing to make a decision with you. Regardless if that's a 50-50 decision or not, you can't. Do you get what I'm saying? So yes, I get it. A lot of you guys are, feeling very strongly for divine masculine, right? Feeling very strongly for your twin flame, feeling very strongly for an ex, whatever the situation is. But you can't, if there is no communication, you cannot make that decision. So at some point, you have to start looking at the decisions that you can make when it comes to your future. Again, you have to understand that your value is more important than being hung up on something that is not even a deciding factor, okay? I'm not saying that this person's not going to come back to you in the future, and I'm not saying that they are, but what I am saying is that you cannot make a decision on something that is not a part of your life. You cannot make a decision on something that isn't even a deciding factor. Does that make sense? So what this is telling me with this 2 of Wands in reverse, you guys, is that no new passionate beginning is being taken. No new passionate adventure is being taken, okay? What this is also telling me in the reverse, and let me hold it up because it's important you see this card. And actually, let me hold it up in the upright, okay? And let me explain the card to you guys. Because again, I am a teacher as well as a student, so this is important to understand. The 2 of Wands is not only about taking a new passionate beginning, but this card is actually about loving yourself and respecting yourself and loving and respecting others, okay? Which means if you love and respect yourself as an individual, Aries, I promise you, nobody can hurt you. It's when you don't love and respect yourself that others will not love and respect you, okay? That's the way this shit works. It's energy. Don't blame me. Don't get mad at me. It's just the way it works. And trust me, I was there for a long time where I was saying, oh, I love myself. But yet I could not find love and shit was going really bad for me, okay? And I was depressed and I had drug addiction and alcohol addiction because, again, I didn't love or value myself even though on the outside I acted like I did, right? ultimately, oh my gosh, with that word, right? Again, it's this energy of, I didn't fully understand what it meant to love and value yourself because my thoughts consumed everything, right? That mind of maniacs consumed me. Now, that doesn't mean that's going to be the situation for all of you guys, but this card in reverse is telling me that there is an issue with my Aries when it comes to value in yourself, right? That value of self-worth, okay? So this is saying that if you don't value the way it works, okay, the way love and respect works is if you don't love and value and respect yourself, I promise you, I can guarantee it, nobody will love you and nobody will respect you. And I'm not saying that they won't have love for you or won't have some form of respect for you, but in the end, this person will not be stable. This person will not be consistent because you're not stable and consistent with yourself. And you guys know I say this a lot on my channel. Hi, Corinne. Well, thank you, my love. I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to take care of myself. Look, I was depressed for 2 weeks, right? Not putting on my makeup. I was in that hunch. I had to just start waking up, start putting on my makeup, brushing my teeth and saying, you know what? I am beautiful. I am successful. I can do this, okay? And it's weird because for the longest time, I thought that was the corniest shit ever. You would never find me telling myself positive, motivated speeches in the morning in the mirror. But now, anytime that I don't, my life goes to shit. Okay, and I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. Anytime you do not fill yourself with positivity, and again, it's okay to still have negativity because you need that balance. I'm not saying for you to be perfect and 100% positive and just, so great and lovely and No, life is not that. Life is negative and positives together. So still have the negatives, but make sure you're filling some of that with positive too, okay? So again, what this is really telling me though is there is a lack of self-love and value and respect when it comes to you, Aries, okay? This is also telling me that because of that, again, it's going to affect one decision, right? The decision that doesn't want to make a decision, that doesn't want to contribute, that isn't communicating with you, that isn't giving, again, because there was this lack of communication, okay? So again, regardless if this was a person, place, or thing, I'm going to let you do that because you got that question in your head that you're asking, okay? It's this, again, it's understanding that you can't make a decision if someone's not communicating with you. That should not even be an option. But for those of you who cannot get this decision, for those of you who cannot get this person, this thing out of your head as a deciding factor, then okay, let's call it what it is. And let's say this person is a deciding factor, even though you're not communicating with them, even though you don't know how they feel, maybe they're in another relationship, or maybe it's a job that has not called you back. Okay, whatever the situation is, you've got this situation. This is one of your decisions. Okay. Again, there's no communication in this decision. Doesn't matter. We're just going to kind of act like that's not there, even though it's really important and it shouldn't be a decision even without the communication. But you get what I'm saying, okay? So we're going to act like this is one of your decisions. And then your other decision is, say, to move forward, right? To get over this person, okay? Unfortunately, because you are focusing your energy with a space of not fully valuing yourself and not fully loving yourself, and I'm saying fully love yourself in the way you're supposed to and respect yourself in the way that you're supposed to, you're making a decision on something that if you valued yourself and loved yourself wouldn't be an option. Does that make sense? So this is going to be the hard issue, is that you're trying to make a decision on something that you're not getting communication with. Okay, again, whether this is a job or love doesn't matter. The thing is, there's no communication. It's not an option. Okay, so if you're not, this is why I know there's a lack of value, right? There's a lack of self-value because, again, if you knew what you were, if you were confident with the actions that you could take in the future, knowing that you're not going backwards, you're only moving forward, and knowing 100% confident with the negatives and the positives of who you are, okay? I'm not saying for you to be perfect and that value has to be $1 million value. What it is it's that middle ground that you can find confident within you to say, you know what, I may really procrastinate that. I really may procrastinate in this one way, but on the positive end, man, when I do put my mind to something, I get that shit done, right? So you have to look at both options in a negative and positive way. So that's exactly what this card is saying, okay? So again, the decision that needs to be made for you, right? You have to look at both, okay? You have to look at, what is this going to do to you if you make this decision? If you make this decision to stay stuck on this person who's not communicating with you, versus taking the other decision to actually move forward and begin a new journey. Because like I said, this Two of Wands is in the reverse. You're not taking a new passionate beginning, right? You're staying on the decision that's not communicating with you. And again, it's just creating less value, less love, less respect, because again, you're making a decision that you don't even have the negatives and positives to really fully make a decision. But again, if you make that decision and you make the decision to stay stuck on this person who is not benefiting you in any way, again, you pass up the opportunity to start, again, a new passionate beginning, okay? Sorry, you guys. Everybody's like calling me. So I hope that made sense to you guys. So the decision that needs to be made, okay, you know what that decision is ultimately, okay? And for all of you guys, it's going to be different. I do feel collectively that it does have to do with love for a lot of you guys. But again, you just have to really focus on, again, the other option, okay? The other decision. I feel like it's like the scales right now with your decisions are like this. And it's like that X energy, okay? And the future energy's down here. Try to just balance it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Try to just kind of not think about that option that you can't really even make a decision on because they're not willing to make a decision, and kind of think about, but what can I have in the future? Even if it's not love, you know, maybe it's just taking your concept off of this person and putting the concept onto, I don't know, doing something from home, maybe jogging, maybe eating healthier, maybe kicking an addiction, whether it's drinking, alcohol, whatever, you know, smoking. You know, I know it's weird, but kind of like the New Year's resolution, you know, starting today, to be able to get your mind again off of that other decision, right? The decision that you can't make a decision on. That's what this card is telling me, all right? So again, the decision needs to be made, right? And what is that? That is to obviously flip this card around, right? To start a new passionate beginning, to love yourself, to value yourself, to respect yourself. I promise when you do value and respect yourself, and it's not going to be an easy journey, it's going to be a very difficult journey. And there's days where I get up and I hate myself and I cry and I have emotional breakdowns. And then by the end of the night, I'm wiping my tears saying, oh my God, why did I just do that? Like, why did I even just do that? Like, what is wrong with me, right? And so then you have to wake up again, start drinking that water, start reading those motivational speeches, you know, the little notes to self that you need to improve yourself, like whatever you need to do, make the decision to, again, look at both options, not just one, okay? I feel like, again, most of you guys are real focused on this one decision. Again, it needs to be looking at both options, not just one, okay? Balance it out here. All right, so let's go ahead and look at number 3. Number 3 is all about proceeding, right? It's about developing, experiencing, right? Exploring, okay? So 3s is about the creation, the birth, right? This is about exploring new life, okay? So Spirit, what do we have for the number 3 card, Spirit? Interesting. We have the 7 of Pentacles, right? So for you to be able to really get out of this decision and be able to make a decision, and again, we're progressing here, okay? We're not going backwards. So I'm saying that once you make this decision to start a new passionate beginning, okay, you can still love that person, okay? Just because you're choosing to make the decision for yourself, to value yourself, to love yourself, and to respect yourself enough to say, you know what, I can't communicate with this person. They're not coming my way. Let me go ahead and make the decision for myself to create a new passionate beginning. This is the decision that needs to be made, right? So you make that decision, you move on to step 3, right? So now in step 3, you start really evaluating things, right? You start really taking a look here at all the things that were problems and fears before, everything that maybe you thought was real that could have been an illusion, things that have held you back, things that have helped you grow. You know, what was it that you did that was really successful? What was it that you did that was really, you know, a real huge letdown or a huge failure? So ultimately, again, with the ultimately, sorry, you guys, you see what I do? I look up because I know it's written there. It's still hard. You guys are going to see how my progression is with that word. It's something that does not happen just by you saying, okay, I'm never going to say that word again. No, it's work, okay? And that's exactly what this journey is. This journey is work, okay? But once you start opening your mind, it makes it easier. Then you can add more things that you want to change in there, okay? So again, this is that energy for you to explore and experience and to really proceed on after making this decision to value yourself and to love yourself, is to start going through things, right? Going back, right? But not taking a step back, just looking back on everything. Looking at the positives in this person who's not communicating with you. Looking at the positives in the injustice that was never served, okay? Looking at the negatives of the situation, looking at the positives and the negatives of the situation. Real important here, okay? It's really important to, again, if you're going to think about this person, that's fine. When I'm on the couch for 2 weeks crying over love, it's because I'm in the negatives too much. I don't have enough positive in my life. Same thing to you. If you are caught finding a tarot reading and that tarot reading has you on to another tarot reading, onto another one, and all day you're watching tarot readings looking for answers, and even if these people tell you what you want to hear, or even if they tell you what you don't need to hear, or what you do need to hear, whatever it is that they tell you, you got to ask yourself, is it making me grow though? Am I actually expanding? Do I actually feel like I have the answers that I've been getting? Do you get what I'm saying? I can sit here and tell you that this person's going to come back to you tomorrow, okay? But when that person doesn't come back to you tomorrow, how is it going to make you feel? It's going to make you feel like shit. So the only thing I can do for you is help you grow and expand so that you don't depend on someone else, whether it's this twin flame, whether it's a soulmate, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, doesn't matter, okay? So again, evaluate everything. And I'm not talking about beating yourself up, because look, this is the 7 of Pentacles, okay? This is not about what it is that you're thinking about, right? So this is not thinking about this person, thinking about the good things and the bad things they did, but this is actually looking at the things that have been done, right? The manifestation of things. This is looking at the negatives and positives on that, okay? This is also looking at the negatives and positives on the opposite decision, right? Yourself, right? So you have one decision is him or her, the other decision is you. This is the decision that needs to be made, right? So on your side, you've got to ask yourself the same thing, not including this person, but solo. Did I do the right thing? Should I have done this? You need to evaluate again what was produced. By giving all of your love and not having this person communicate with you, that's what you need to think about, right? This is why you need to evaluate yourself and learn how to respect yourself and love yourself so that you could fully understand your accountability. Understanding that if you gave your all to this person and you still don't have this person in your life, that means that your all wasn't enough, okay? So you need to, I know it sounds shitty, but take a look in the mirror and try to figure out what it is that actually you can improve, what it is that you can bring down a little bit to balance out the scales, okay? Because you have to look at what it produced, not about in your head the things that you want to be. You have to actually look at from here past, what have you produced, right? And now you need to start focusing on the decision of what are you going to produce from here on out, all right? So right now we're at the middle point. Right now we're at this middle point of, okay, looking back, looking forward, okay? All right, let's move on to number 4. I don't know what that is. The screen's really far. Hopefully that's not what I think it is. If it is perverted, Joe, I will delete it. I can't see it. My eyesight's bad. Hopefully it was like a little wave or something. You guys too, y'all can feel free. If anybody hops on and they're really disrespectful, I'm not saying that you are, Joe, because I can't see that emoji, but if anybody gets on and just it's spam or anything, you guys can report them, okay? I don't think that's what that is. I can't see it though. The screen's so far away. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and go on to number 4. Great old number 4. Okay, number 4 can be really beautiful because 4s are all about foundations, right? This is actually about the creation itself, right? I mean, yes, this is number 3s are about the birth of it, like really creating it, right? Really starting to explore it to figure out how to create it. But number 4s is all about the foundation, right? These are the 4 beams of life, okay? It's about perfecting things, fixing things, staying fixated on things. Yes, it can lead on the negative into to stagnation, but sometimes stagnation is needed, okay? Sometimes, again, a lot of people may look at it as a bad decision. Doesn't mean it's a bad decision. Remember, I don't think anything in life is actually bad. Even the bad is good because we are made to learn, grow, and experience, and again, learn from our mistakes and move forward. So I don't really feel like there's bad choices. I feel like the choices that are made that feel bad is actually the best choices for us as individuals as far as growing goes or expanding goes, okay? So remember, I see things from a different perspective, but I used to not see things like that. So I totally understand where your thought process is at, okay? And usually when your thought process is in that situation, this is where, again, alcoholism, drug addiction, shopping addictions, nail addictions, whatever it is. Okay, yes, I have a nail addiction, but it's not because I'm filling for anything. It's because literally I was a cosmetologist and I love doing my nails. Okay. All right. Moving on. Back to number 4, fixations, foundation, stagnation, perfection, okay? We're going to really just look at the stability of things here, all right? So what is going to be your strength when it comes to being stable, okay? Or what is going to be your weakness when it comes to stability, okay? Because I don't know what Spirit's going to say here, all right? Spirit, let's see number 4. Card number 4, please. Stability. Show me the stability within my Aries life. Okay, way too many cards, you guys. Only taking one. That's okay, Joe. No worries. I couldn't see it anyways. I'm not going to lie. My eyesight, I'm getting older. My eyesight's getting bad. And on top of it, my computer screen is like, the writing's like super far. Like I can read your writing, but the emojis I have a hard time seeing. Unless it's like a little black heart. Like Angel's emojis earlier, I can only see the little emoji with the black glasses. And that's only because I see 2 little black dots. No worries, Joe. All right, so we do have the 3 of Cups coming through for card number 4, the foundation, okay? So I do really feel like your foundation, your stability is going to be the people around you, okay? For a lot of my Aries are very competitive and very fiery, but without that competition, Aries don't feel like themselves, right? So in the same sense, and that's on the negative end, but on the positive end, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing that my Aries are competitive. I'm just saying, it can be a bad thing, right? You can be a sore loser. On the positive end, you could always be victorious and be a winner, right? So again, it's just looking at things from both sides, right? Both opposites, both options, both decisions on the negative and the positive, right? So with the 3 of Cups, for your foundations, I really feel like Spirit's trying to tell you here that yes, your friends are going to help you through these times. Your family will help you through this time. Maybe your kids will help you through this time. This will be your stability during these times where everything feels a chaotic mess, okay? Or where you're having a hard time finding the value and telling yourself that you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're handsome, you can do this, you can find love, you're worthy of love, you deserve it, is going to be because of the people closest to you, okay? Maybe this isn't actually blood. Maybe these are friends. Maybe these are people you have known. Maybe these are people you work with. Regardless, Spirit is saying that the ones that are close to you that you always feel the safest with, and I'm talking about the people that you don't have to talk about this decision with, okay? This is the people that when you're with them, you don't have to communicate any of your negatives because when you're with them, you feel their positive energy. So this is a positive card here. This isn't people that you're with that make you feel less of. These are people who bring your value up, okay? This is going to be your stability and this is going to be your stepping ladder, right? These are going to be your stepping stones. These people will help you, okay? Now, clearly, I can clarify and find out a little bit more in the extended who these people are. Same thing when it comes to the decision. We'll clarify and find out exactly what this decision is. I'm picking up on the energy as a collective, but again, when we get into the extended and it's live, this can definitely change depending on who gets on and who the energy is on, okay? So again, don't forget the extended is $5, you guys. Again, I'm going to wait until I have about 5 or 6 people that have purchased the extended before I go live, so probably about 72 hours, okay? All right. So we've looked at the foundation of things, right? So again, your people closest to you who, again, elevate your energy, right? Not the negative. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be around people who are negative. I'm just saying that your stability is going to be the people who positively make you feel loved, who make you feel accepted, okay? Now, if you guys don't have someone like this, I promise you, you have a soul tribe, and maybe you haven't found them yet, and maybe it's just not your time to find them yet. So there's got to be something that you can do as far as the love goes with people. So even if it just means you going and visiting family who may be negative, but it brings love to you and it makes you feel stable, okay? Just remember to not allow someone who is in a negative mindset or someone who brings you down, speaks down on you, or even just doesn't acknowledge your success. Maybe they acknowledge your failures a lot. Make sure that you have those kind of people in your life in moderation, okay? Because for you, Aries, if you're in this energy of not fully valuing yourself or fully loving yourself, or having difficulties with that, or having difficulties even understanding what that is, then you definitely don't want to put your energy with people who are in a negative energy, okay? Because all that's going to do is that's going to block you even more. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the fives, okay? The challenges, the step backs, what's going to knock you back on your ass here, okay? So again, I do feel like friends are going to help you get through this, but there's still going to be challenges, right? There's still going to be issues. So let's go ahead and see what those challenges and issues are. Wow, so I got the Eight of Swords, and it literally landed on my lap sideways, okay? There's that communication, okay? I told you I was seeing this a lot when I was pre-shuffling off camera. The question we're going to ask here is, okay, so this is about not monetary, but long-term. Did I say that right? Yeah, not momentarily. I don't know. Did I say monetarily? Monetarily? Okay. Number fives is about long-term. Okay. Yes, it's going through challenges. Yes, it's going through the difficulties, like the non-communication. But at the same time, this energy here is what is going to have you looking at long-term, not current energy. Okay. So again, I feel like this is a person. Okay. I do feel like this is that same return of the X energy. Okay. That has been coming through in all the readings, the twin flame kind of energy. And it's important to understand that, yes, the twin flame readings are, a beautiful energy. Okay. They really are. Yes, it takes a lot. It's a lot of bullshit going through a twin flame journey, but it's hard to say without a personal reading if that reading is actually for you. So yes, you can be relating to a DM to DF reading or a DF to DM reading. You could really, really be filling everything to a T, like it's your reading when it comes to a twin flame reading. And because again, these are general forecasts, right? I am picking up on a collective, right? It doesn't matter if it's a zodiac sign or not. I'm picking up on a collective who is getting on with me on my lives. I'm picking up on your energy. That's how this works. But that's not saying that I can sit there and say, okay, it's exactly for you. It's your energy I feel, because I have 9 people on live right now. I don't know how many you guys see. I have Facebook and YouTube, so it's giving me a total amount. So it's going to be one of those things. This message, there may be parts of this message that are meant for you, and there may be other parts of this message that are meant for another Aries, right? Or this entire message could be for you. And until you get a personal reading and fully understand how I work, and honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, regardless if you get a personal reading or not, you should be able to grow and understand things from a collective reading. But just remember, when it comes down to the twin flame readings, right? When it comes down to the soulmate connection, you have to understand that message might not be for you. The chances of it being for you are like the forecast. You don't really know, right? How many times is the weather forecast, right? That's kind of the same thing here. Okay, so understand that. I am not trying to promise you things or make you think that everything is going to be hunky-dory and perfect. That's not how it is. Okay, it's 50-50 of shit and great. Okay, so back to this. All right, I just want to make sure. Yeah, this is the trials, the challenges from past. This is a past energy, okay? It's important to understand what fives mean first, okay? Fives is challenges, the trials, the tribulations, the issues. But 5 is also about past, right? So it's this past energy. On top of it being past energy, it's the 8 of Wands in the side position, okay? Telling me that this is a lack of communication, or not knowing if you're going to have this communication or you are going to have this communication, okay? So this is creating a lot of challenges for you. It's here. I see it, okay? But what's important about this space right here is because this space is, yes, you're taking a step back. You're thinking about the future. You're thinking about the past heartache, the past happy moments, the past disappointments, the past possibilities that didn't happen, right? This is why there's a lot of evaluating where or what you've actually achieved. It's important to understand it's taking this step back when it comes to this person who's not communicating with you, okay? Or a job from your past that you're not getting communication with, or whatever the situation is, okay? This lack of communication is a challenge for you. It is a problem for you, okay? It is not a fear. It is a problem. It is a trial. It is a tribulation, okay? So you're taking this step back into the past. But what's important to understand here is that with the fives are all about taking a step back to jump the fuck forward. All right. And when I say jump, I'm talking about leap the fuck forward. Seriously. Okay. So although right now you don't understand why you're going through this pain, right now you don't understand why you're having this energy, it's important to understand, just like what I said in the beginning of this reading, spirit will give you victory, right? But spirit will also use things, maybe a person in particular, maybe dreams, maybe synchronicities, not necessarily for you to cling back onto that person, but for you to take a step back so that you can jump the fuck forward. Okay. Spirit will use people to get you to wake up if you are not where you need to be. Okay. Sometimes these people are a gift from God. Sometimes these people are someone who will come back into your future, but sometimes they're not. That's what's telling me is going on here with these challenges when it comes to the number 5, right? The 8 of Wands. Not having this communication, not knowing if you're going to have this communication, or not knowing if you are going to have communication. Okay. So remember, this is taking a step back so that you can jump forward. Remember that. You're not going to stay in this energy that you're in. Okay. I promise you. I promise you the clouds will dissipate, and I promise you the sun will shine. All right. Now, if you're in if you're in a sunny, bright, shiny area and it's too hot for you, I promise some clouds will come over and make it a little bit cooler for you. Okay. So what I'm saying here is no matter where you're at on the scale, when it comes to the emotions, the depression, the sadness, the grief of this past connection, of this past lack of communication or current lack of communication, I promise you guys will all see what it is that you need to see. Okay. You will all jump forward here. Okay. All right, so now we're going to look at number 6. All right, number 6 are all about actually starting over. So we take the jump back to leap forward, and now we're going to go ahead and start, right? We're going to go ahead and start, right? So this is the working. This is behind the scenes. This is what do you need to do and what decisions do you need to make to be able to actually begin, all right? So this is where the start happens, okay? This is the start over, okay? Wow. King of Swords, okay? King of Swords. This is a personal reading, Aries, okay? This is not a personal reading, but this is an Aries for my Aries. This is not for your love. If love comes through, we will clarify in the deep end, right, on the extended. But I'm not referring this to a person. Yes, it could be someone you are dealing with, an air sign, okay? And if they're not an air sign, this could just be someone who is in their thoughts, who is very methodical, practical, logical. This is someone who is very successful because they can think. This is someone who takes action. This is someone who is very intuitive. But this is also someone who could really play with someone's emotions here because they know how to play the game, right? They're very good at winning themselves, okay? This can also be your energy though, all right? So there could be a start over with this King of Swords, okay? There could be a start over when it comes to the masculine side of you, okay? Doesn't matter if you're male or female here. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. And of course, with like everything, it's balancing, right? It's balancing the two. It's balancing the negatives and positives within masculine, and it's balancing out the negatives and positives within feminine, okay? Masculine tends to be more in ego and more logical. That doesn't have to be the situation. Sometimes masculine energy can be lower on the scale and feminine energy can be higher. And so then you get into your emotions, okay? So ultimately, feminine energy is more emotional. Masculine energy is more thoughtful, right? Methodical, logical, practical, egotistical, okay? Yes, I know. Negatives and positives on every end, okay? So again, the restart, okay, the starting over could have to do with this King of Swords energy. It can also just be your energy, your masculine energy taking action, all right? Being the King of Swords, being clear and taking action when it comes to your thoughts. Trusting your intuition because you balance out your thoughts, okay? Yeah, it's a good card to have though. So like I said, in the extended, we will find out if this is a person coming back and you're going to be restarting over. I do feel very strongly, though, Aries, this is your energy. Okay, I feel like this is you, again, taking action when it comes to really starting this journey. Again, I feel like you've done the behind the scenes, and now you're taking this action. You're taking this action on being clear with yourself. You're taking this action on, again, what's in the forward jump, right? Not back. right? You only took that step back just to be able to get here, and now you're taking the action. Now you're going for it here, okay? So if your question was pertaining to love, definitely check out the extended, because then this could be someone coming in, all right? Because this is a restart though. Remember, starting over, advancing together, okay? So again, like I said, I honestly feel like for a lot of you Aries, I'm not trying to give you false hope here, okay? So I'm looking at this reading. Yes, like I said, it could be love, okay? And in the extended, we'll tap into it and find out. But that's not what I'm feeling here in this reading. What I'm feeling is this is the masculine energy in you, the thoughts, the practicality, the logical side of you, taking action, balancing out, because you've been so much in feminine emotion. You've been in emotions when it comes to past tense, okay? You've been in emotions when it comes to this non-communication. And again, it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine here, male or female. Again, it's coming out of a very emotional state, going into a more methodical state, okay? Thinking things through and being clear, but not being in your head, taking action with your thoughts. Very important to understand, taking action when it comes to your thoughts. In other words, declutterizing it, getting shit taken care of, right? Organizing your thoughts, doing what you need to do, and of course, making those thoughts actions, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at number 7, problems, fears. What is it that you need to lose to find out what you want, okay? So number 7, Spirit, show me number 7, please. Show me what it is that my Aries are afraid to lose. Very interesting, the 10 of Cups in reverse, okay? The beauty of love, okay? So going back to this King of Swords, like I said, this could be someone you're dealing with, but we're going to focus on this as the masculine energy with you, taking actions when it comes to the way you're thinking, taking actions when it comes to what you've been evaluating, taking actions when it comes to deciding the decision to be made, right? Taking action when it comes to winning, right? Taking action when it comes to not knowing if you're going to have communication or not, right? So these are all the options and decisions that you have to make. It's a lot, right? Especially when you're asking just one question in particular. There's a lot of work to be done, right? So either way, you're taking action here with this masculine energy, okay? Like I said in the extended, if it is someone coming in, we will clarify, but this is telling me that this person was taken from you. This lack of communication was taken from you, right? Not being happy was taken from you. This is what you had to lose to gain this, okay? So in other words, you had to lose the 10 of Cups in reverse. You had to lose this unhappiness. You had to lose this person who made you completely happy. The person that you thought you were going to marry and live with forever. You had to lose this person so that you could get the 10 of Cups, okay? So currently you're at the 10 of Cups, okay? Currently, this is what you have to lose to be able to gain what it is that you want, right? Again, this is the honor and glory, okay? Right now, you don't understand this. Right now, you're going through this. You're going through the loss, right? Yes, you started over. Yes, you're taking action, but you're losing here. You're losing this love. You're losing this abundance so that you can gain it. So you have to look at this with honor and glory, because if you don't, you stay stuck in this energy and you just create the stagnation. You create burden. You create difficulties when it's not needed, okay? This energy is beautiful when you understand that you had to lose this to gain it, all right? So again, what is it that you have to lose? You have to lose your happiness. You have to lose your dreams of marriage. You have to lose your dreams of commitment, of kids, of family, the home, the white picket fence, the job, all of it. You had to lose it when it comes to your emotions. Not your logic, but your emotions. You had to lose it. You had to, so that you could understand what it was to actually want it. That's where the ambition is, right? That's where the beauty comes from. That's where the creation starts. Because you go through this pain and it hurts like hell, right? Spirit uses this pain to get you to wake up. Wake up and understand that, hey, you can have this happiness, but you couldn't have had that happiness until you lost it, right? All right. So again, That was this spiritual energy, right? That was the understanding why you're going through all of this, right? Let's take a look at number 8, right? Number 8 is all about the movement, fast movement, very fast movement, okay? This is really about taking a look at, it's taking a look at number 7, right? The problems and fears. The fear of not communicating, the fear of not having this person, the fear of literally not having happiness, not having marriage, not having the home, not having the great job, right? It's taking these fears, right? And now we're going to face them. We're going to face them, and we're going to move really quickly here now, right? Because now you know, okay, look, this pain was taken from me to get me to wake up. Hey, Johnny, how are you? So again, now we're going to look at what fast motion is taking place here, right? This is basically the scratch, right? This is the action, right? Sorry, I gotta like release my muscles here. All right, what action needs to be taken, Spirit? What action needs to be taken? Show me number 8, please. Number 8, action. Show me number 8, action. Interesting, very interesting, okay? So it's important to understand that when I see this justice card, knowing there's no communication or action being taken from someone, or if this isn't pertaining to love and this is pertaining to, again, a job, anything that has to do with this, the emotions of this, okay? Justice is coming in very, very fast here, all right? So it's almost like the reward, but this is also the action. So what action do you need to take? You need to create justice for yourself with or without this communication, okay? With or without this new passionate beginning. Because again, once you look at both decisions and not just one. So once you start to look at, okay, yes, this person is kind of an option, even though they're not communicating with me. Yes, I love them. I want them. So I'm going to make them an option. All right. And I'm going to go after them because I want them. So there's this option, right? You also have the option again of yourself, loving yourself, valuing yourself. Don't forget that option because that option is always there. We just as humans tend to kind of forget about it and focus on everyone else. Unless you're a different sign, then you tend to be a little bit more stuck on yourself. But again, we're not getting into all there. Aries, you can relate. Sometimes we can be stuck on ourselves. I have Aries in my chart too, okay? My point is here, though, is that it's like you have to understand both decisions, again, to be able to fully make the decision. You can't just have your eyes on something and go after it. That's not how it works. And if you've been having difficulties and issues within your life, and that has been your mindset, that has been your motivation to say, okay, I want this, I'm going after it without actually thinking about all options, all possibilities, all outcomes, all negatives and positives, and you always fail, that's probably your answer. There's probably because there's a lot of, again, you can't just get something and say you're going to get it and then not put in the work. You have to put in work, just like in this reading. You have to step by step take action, think it through, apply it, use the emotions in it, and everything else. So like I said, you have to really make sure that in order to attain this justice, you have to bring this justice to yourself. You can't sit there and wait from justice from someone else, okay? Because again, if you're in this energy of not having communication, not having an answer, not knowing for sure, right? That is why you have to bring this justice, and you have to bring this justice very fast. All right, Aries? Very fast. Again, we're already an hour in, you guys. Maybe I might go a little bit longer. I might clarify this card anyways, because I think this would be a very good clarification here for you guys, okay? But let's go ahead and go on to number 9 and number 10. Number 9, the completeness, right? Number 9 is all about the reflection, okay? This is about looking back and looking at the accomplishments and the failures to finally finish out this cycle and start a new cycle, okay? So we know now that divine, okay, God is giving you the gift to be victorious, all right? We know that number 2, the choices you need to make are to look at both choices, not just one, all right? We also know that for you to be able to experience, to explore, to grow, you have to look at what you've actually manifested and what you haven't manifested, okay? We also know that your stability is going to be your friends. Your stability is going to be the people that uplift you, okay? The people who make you feel loved, all right? We also know that one of these options here in your decisions has to be yourself. It has to be self-value, and it has to be self-respect and self-love. Do not forget that, okay? Again, we also know that you're having issues. Your challenges is not having this communication or possibly having it, not knowing, right? Being on the edge of your seat, not knowing, right? The unknown is driving you crazy. But these challenges are made to make you take a step back so that you can leap forward and take action when it comes to the way you think. Take action when it comes to your intuition. Take action by organizing your thoughts and balancing them out, and then actually taking action and taking those thoughts and using them to communicate properly to yourself in the mirror as well as the people around you. We also know, okay, that there is something you have to lose to fully gain what it is that you want. What is it that you have to lose to fully gain what it is that you want? The one thing you want, right? Which is happiness, marriage, love, long term, right? Momentarily shit happening to get to the long term, right? The challenges, the lack of communication, the taking action to get what you want. Again, marriage, love, emotions, family, kids, success, right? But this is the emotional side of it, okay? So not the actual manifestation of it, but the emotional side of it. You know now that you have to lose it to fully get it. Period. All right? Now, the fast motion that needs to happen, the fast action that needs to happen, justice. You have to bring this justice. Not this, not that, not anything else, but you. You have to balance out these scales. If there's one thing that you're actually in control of in your life, that is you. That is your emotions. That is your thoughts. That is your manifestation. That is your words. That is your communication, right? You can balance out these scales, Aries, but it's up to you to actually do it, okay? That's the action that needs to be taken here, all right? So again, let's take a look at this completion, all right? Let's take a look at what creates joy for you. Let's take a look at the content, the success, prosperity in the moment, okay? In this moment right now, right? Let's take a look. Let's reflect what it is that's bringing this happiness to you. Spirit, what is number 9? Show me number 9, please. Okay, that's too many cards. For sure, Johnny. Just email me. My phone, I just got a new phone. So I lost all my contact information. I literally lost my phone for a while. Don't tell me about it. Still haven't found it, but it's somewhere in this house, okay? I just got a lot of kids and myself. I'm one of those people that I also leave my phone on top of my car when I go to the gas station or something, and then I'll be lucky if it's still on top of the car. I've done that with makeup bags, with wallets. There's people out there that get real lucky. Let me just tell you that, because I am so all over the place. But trust me, I've got my comments and my little markers everywhere to not forget shit, okay? I'm just a very forgetful person. I have too many things on my mind, including everything going on, so it happens. But anyways, Johnny, yes, just email me right now so that I can have your contact information. All right. Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful energy, right? So this is the reflection. Again, you need to reflect on the things that you have manifested, the things that you have created. I do feel like, honestly, a lot of you guys, especially a lot of you Aries, have really been focusing, again, on the failures, not the accomplishments, okay? You're focusing on the not having communication, the not having a new passionate beginning, the negatives, right? You're not looking at the things that you have manifested, like the fact that your love has grown for this person. You manifested love in ways unthinkable, right? You've also, maybe manifested patience, right? The reward of patience, waiting for someone. You may have manifested stability within yourself, right? Maybe you manifested new friends because of this situation, or maybe there was something. You get what I'm saying? You have to look at what it is that you manifested. Okay, so you have to take action when it comes to the feminine energy of manifestation, right? So this is the emotional side of manifestation. So again, really look at the things that your emotions have created, the things that you have created based off your emotions, not the things that you haven't created, all right? So again, this is what's going to bring you a lot of joy, happiness, and content, right? Is when you start focusing on the things that you have created. This is going to help you gain more ideas, more thoughts, more creativity, more manifestation in this way, right? So again, this joy is going to happen because you're going to feel completely confident. that no matter how negative or how positive the situation is, no matter how negative or positive the outcome could be, your eyes are going to be closed. I don't know if you guys can see that. She's 100% confident. Her eyes are closed. She is embracing the emotional side of herself because those emotions manifested some power. They manifested the power of stability, consistency, money, dollar bills, all of it, right? She is very grounded. The Queen of Pentacles energy is Taurus energy. Pull over that, ask you that. Okay, sorry, my bad. My point is that that's the energy you want. You want that energy of, I got this, I own this. What I want, I possess. I have the power to manifest. I am completely confident with universe, with God, with divine timing, with divine plan, enough to know that if it's not meant for me, it will not be. If it is meant to me, it'll come back to me, it'll find its way. If not, I'm completely happy where I'm at, even alone. Okay? That is that energy. That is the joy. That is the happiness you need to focus on. You need to be the Queen of Pentacles. I don't care if you're man or female, male or female, right? You need to possess in your feminine energy the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? Notice how the roots is her brain. So there's even a little bit of air in this, in a grounding way. That air energy is there. Like I said, she's got roots coming out of her head, right? She's got branches coming out of her head. Her head, or her brain, is the roots, right? It comes from here. It comes from here, right? It doesn't come from here. It doesn't come from over there or with him or with her. It comes from here and here, right? It comes from up there. All right, so let's look at number 10, right? The finalization, the completion, all right? This is the ending and the new beginning, right? Because 1 and 0 is 1, so we'll end up starting right back all over again. Now, clearly, we're not going to hopefully start with the same cycle. Hopefully, there's a new cycle that I can look at here, because let me tell you something. I love you guys, but I'm getting really tired of this energy, all right? But that's okay. I'll do this as long as I need to for you guys to all be on the same page. And clearly, when you guys grow and expand and actually start these new beginnings and your cycles are more positive, I will still be doing energies like this, because you guys will grow. You'll turn off your YouTube channels. You won't watch tarot readings too much anymore, because you'll feel confident. You'll be in this Queen of Pentacles manifestation, okay? So with that being said, I'll have newbies that come in and we'll need this. So I'll be doing this for a long time, okay? All right. Again, we're going to be looking at the ending and the new beginning. What endings do you aim for? All right. So this is the actual completion. All right. So we're going to look at what is your end game here. All right. Too many cards, you guys. That was 2 cards. All right, Spirit, 1 card for number 10, please. 1 card for number 10. Oh, beautiful. 9 of Pentacles, right? So this is what you're aiming for, you guys. You're literally aiming for abundance when it comes to everything that you could possibly create, right? I think this is everybody. The 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, the 9 of, 10 of Cups. The 9 is a little bit better, though, because the 9, I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody wants, the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. But the 9 is wish fulfillment when it comes to everything that you can earthly possess, okay? And remember, people, places, and things are all a part of this earthly possession, okay? So not the emotions you feel for someone, but the emotions that you think you feel for someone because of how they look or because of what you've seen them do. So really fully feeling for someone and actually feeling for someone because of what you see is 2 different things, right? Remember, you have to look at both, right? Options, both decisions. This 9 of Pentacles energy is beautiful, though, because your end game is, no matter what, to produce, right? And to be very fulfilled when it comes to anything manifested, right? Again, people, places, and things, your intuition, your trust in divine, your trust in the way the universe works, your trust in the power of the earthly possessions, right? Manifesting, working, love, relationships, all of it, okay? All of it. All 4 elements in this card, right? Manifesting is your end game. That's beautiful. Aries, that's absolutely beautiful. This is a beautiful freaking read. This is an absolutely stunning read, okay? Now, clearly, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to actually do, right? This cycle may have to be repeated a few times, okay? And that's usually how it works. Sometimes 20, sometimes 30, sometimes 20, 30 years later, and you're still like, okay, something's got to give. I've got to change here. Eventually, you'll get tired of this energy. You'll get tired of repeating this over and over and over again. And then, something's going to happen, and there's just going to be some awakening that takes place, and it's like, okay, I'm done with this shit. I'm moving forward. And when you do, that's when you finally learn how to love and value yourself. And you're all going to do it at different times, just like I still do it myself, okay? I have fuck ups. I always go a step back and then jump forward again, okay? This 5 is a daily thing for me. This 5 is probably going to be a daily thing for you guys too. Just straight up, right? But look, how beautiful is that? Bottom of the deck, Aries, is the sun. Happiness, joy. This is a beautiful card. This is growth. This is expansion. This is Leo energy. Leo in the house as well, right? Leo moon. This is a beautiful energy, Aries. Very beautiful energy, okay? This is ultimately everything that is going to fuel you, okay? Your visions, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes when it comes to love, when it comes to growing with love, when it comes to growing with finances, anything that is going to make you happy in this earth, on this earth, as a human being, in your body of restraint, okay? This is why you're going to work hard on this, because you want happiness. This is going to be your fuel, all right? So with the correct tools and your fuel, you will get the 9 of Pentacles, okay? All right, so that's all I have for you. I do want to clarify, though, this justice, okay? I do want to clarify this justice. How do you make justice, right? So let's see if Spirit can give us a little bit more advice before we end this reading, Aries, all right? We're already an hour and 16 minutes. Like I said, I didn't want to go over an hour and a half, so it's actually really perfect, okay, you guys? In the extended, like I said, there will be an extended. The extended will be $5. We are going to be looking at what it is that you will be victorious at, okay? We're also going to take a look at what decision you make and exactly what these decisions are. We're also going to take a look at what's going on with this lack of communication or the communication that may be coming through. We're going to be taking a look at the King of Wands as well as the 10 of Cups, and of course, what it is that you're actually going to manifest, okay? Extendeds are $5. Again, you guys, I do use PayPal. If you guys do send a payment for the extended, via PayPal, make sure you send me an email too. I have to have the email because I will not know who you are. I will not know what extended you want. You guys, I have too many people ask for extendeds and they forget to mention what zodiac sign they want the extended for. So make sure you guys are mentioning in the email the zodiac sign, okay? Let's see. I think that's it. So yes, make payment via PayPal and then send me an email and be like, hey, Empress Egypt, I would really like the extended for whatever I just paid, okay? You guys don't have to send me a screenshot of the money that's been paid because I literally see it in the PayPal. It's just that sometimes your PayPal information is not the same as your YouTube information, so I don't know who's who. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, you guys, let's clarify this, and then we'll clarify everything else. We'll clarify the justice now, and then we'll clarify everything else in the extended, all right? Again, don't forget, you guys, the extended, probably about 48 to 72 hours. I'm really behind. I owe a few people the numerology, life numbers, life path numbers. I apologize, you guys, for getting them so late. Again, my intro took me too long to make, okay? I literally lost my timing to do readings yesterday because I was stuck on that intro all day, all right? Spirit, oops, let's go ahead and clarify the justice, please. All right, we're gonna be clarifying this justice, all right? 6 of Pentacles, Princess of Cups. So I do feel like, honestly, that the justice is going to have a lot to do with you balancing yourself out, you giving to yourself. There needs to be an equal balance of give and take within yourself. I feel like right now you're giving, or vice versa. Taking. I don't feel like a lot of my Aries are taking. I feel like a lot of my Aries are giving too much, straight up. So I feel like, again, the justice that needs to be balanced, the scales that need to be balanced has to do with, again, what it is that you give yourself and you take, right? What it is that people take from you and give to you. You need to balance that out. If you're giving to someone, and remember, don't ever give all of yourself to someone ever because they'll take it all, right? You say free, it's gone in 5 minutes, all right? The thing is that you've got to make sure that you create boundaries so that someone can't come in and take everything from you, right? So you have to know how to only give so much away, but you also cannot give that away without having something in return, right? You have to, if you're giving 50% away, someone has to give 50% away too, so that you're being filled with something. Because if not, you're only down to 50%, and nobody's energy is full at 50%, right? So look at it as the battery of life. You know what? I'm going to actually create something where I can keep a little battery so I can show you guys where your energy level's at. I think that would be really interesting, because ultimately, I feel like a lot of, there I go with that word again. I got to find another word. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, oh gosh, watch, I'm gonna start saying that. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying that it's like that, you know, when you charge your phone, you have your full 100% battery. Okay. Well, say you're a battery and you go and you meet another battery, and, you know, you give that battery, you know, I don't know, say that battery has 100% battery, but you decide to give 50% of your energy to this battery. Now that battery has 150% energy and you've got 50% energy. All right. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to make sure that you're fully charged. Because if you're not fully charged, how do you love yourself? How do you value yourself? You can't. You have no energy. You don't have energy to deal with anybody, right? So you have to make sure that if you are going to give some of that energy away, you have to make sure that it is being replenished. You have to make sure that it is being equally swapped, all right? Thank you, Gloria. Telling you, I worked on that intro. I uploaded on Instagram too. I showed you guys on Instagram. You guys got a head start on the intro on Instagram. So you guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm kind of hit or miss there, but I'm going to start trying to make myself a little bit more active. Okay. So yeah, back to, interesting. We still have the 9 of Cups. I'm sorry, not the 9. We still have the 9 of Cups. We have the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment here, right? But we have the Princess of Cups in reverse. Okay. So what this is telling me is you're being very unfair to the emotional side of you when it comes to your wish fulfillment. I feel like, honestly, because you're being unfair to you, because there's this unbalancing with feminine energy, this is why you don't have wish fulfillment. So in order to bring the scales back, you have to flip this feminine energy to the upright, right? You have to stop looking at yourself like you don't deserve things, like you don't deserve this love. And you have to start telling yourself you do deserve this love. And whether this, you know, even if you have to start saying that you just deserve this love with this person, eventually that love will be fulfilled. And eventually, you know, you're going to get to the point where you're like, you know what? I gave 25 years of patience to this person and they never woke up. So now I love myself enough to say, you know what? I'm going to go after my wish fulfillment. My wish fulfillment is obviously, yes, it was this person for the longest time, but this person didn't reciprocate that back, right? They took all of your energy and didn't give you any energy back. So eventually you're gonna get that energy back. It's just gonna take you maybe a lot of cycles and a lot of learning lessons and a lot of taking those step backs and really focusing on it to eventually charge yourself up again. But once you do charge yourself up again, you will go after this wish fulfillment. Okay, you'll start to value yourself and love yourself, and you'll say, you know what, you don't deserve me. You really don't. That's the kind of energy you want to be at, because when you get in that energy, that's when things start to happen for you. But I'm not saying be negative either with it, okay? Just because you learn how to energize yourself and fully have the confidence that you need, don't ever put someone down, because you should know and stay humble, because you know how it is to be in these cycles, okay? So the one thing we always do the most is, as we grow, we tend to maybe look back at someone else who's growing, and instead of reaching out a hand and helping them up, we tend to look at them and say, ooh, I was there before. I know what that is. Instead of actually helping someone, right? So again, just because you have progressed in this journey, just because you learn to love yourself and grow and get the confidence you need to get your wish fulfillment, right? To get your manifestation, never look back at someone who you had these feelings for that woke you up, right? To value yourself, to love yourself. Because remember, the things that were taken from you are made to give you the things you want, right? So again, never look back at this situation after you've grown and say, you know what, this person was a fool, they were stupid. Never look at it like that, because once you move on and walk away, your energy will do the same, could do the same thing for them, okay? So you never know when they're going to awaken and who's going to awaken them. So all you can do is look back and say, you know what, thank you. Thank you for helping me grow as an individual. Thank you for showing me the lack of stability so that I could create stability in my life. Thank you for showing me what it was to not be consistent or not to express emotions, because I know now what it is that I want. I want someone who can express emotions. I want someone who is not afraid to hold back, okay? But let me tell you something. Most people that you find that will fulfill your total complete happiness are people who have gone through the same thing, whether it was, someone that you were hoping or someone new that you didn't even realize existed. But ultimately, it's this energy of understanding that you have to take care of yourself and replenish your own energy before you can give any of your energy out. So I feel like this person right now, since they took so much of your energy in this past tense, they still have that energy. So you're still waiting for them to give you back some energy, right? That's this energy, this lack of communication, all right? So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. All right, Spirit, clarify this justice, please. How do they bring justice to this situation? The Five of Pentacles, Lord of Material Trouble. Interesting. Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to the clarifying this justice, please. How do my Aries bring back justice to this situation? Don't take a leap of faith. Woo! King of Wands in reverse. Let's see if we can get some more here. And the Eight of Cups. All right. Bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. All right, Twin Flame Union. Usually when I see, the only thing I'm missing that's a Twin Flame Union is the Reconciliation card, right? The Temperance card. But, the Two of Cups is a very strong significance of a twin flame because a twin flame, even with self, right? Not even a person, right? Think of this as you. Think of this as the connection, the union of masculine and feminine within you. Because remember, I bring this up a lot, you guys. It's really important to understand that you have feminine and masculine energy within you, okay? So again, your sex doesn't matter. This is the energy, all right? Because readings are all based off of energy. They are not based off physical practicality. This is a 5D energy, right? This is not the 3D. Well, yes, it can be 3D energy, but you get what I'm saying. This is an energy. This is not physically happening, right? This is energetically happening. So we have the Two of Cups. This is a union, all right? This is a union when it comes to masculine and feminine, okay? So this is telling me that this is goal. This is what's going to get you to be able to succeed. This can also be a union between lovers. Like I said, we'll find out in the extended, okay? All right, so in order to create justice, in order to create this justice, this balance, this Two of Cups energy, where we at, right? That's the same thing. Two of Cups is the scales, all right? The Two of Cups is the balance, self-love, self-respect, loving others, loving and respecting others. This is also a union between a couple depending on the circumstances in the situation, okay? Bottom of the deck energy, right? So we do have the Foolish Man in reverse. This is telling me that the justice is without this person being naive, without this person taking a risk, right? Without this person just jumping off the ledge, okay? So it's kind of like a restraint here is actually this justice. I feel like, honestly, this person not communicating with you, this person not taking a leap of faith with you actually creates the justice, the balancing, right? Because if this person had communicated with you like they did in past tense, that would mean that they were still in the same mindset, right? And they were still wanting to have the same energy as past. But the fact that this person is not communicating with you, the fact that this person has not started a new beginning with you is to balance things out, okay? This is what's going to create the balance and the justice in the long run, okay? We also have the Eight of Cups. Walking away to something better for yourself is how you balance out the scales, okay? So walking away from this past energy and finally walking forward. That's it, right? You have to move forward. You have to see the possibilities of the future. Five of Pentacles, Lord of Material Trouble. Now, it is in the upright, so it's not so much trouble, okay? Yes, there's some challenges financially, and I feel like some of you guys may have an issue actually gaining what it is that you want because of financial structure or a lack of financial structure. But in the upright, I don't really see a whole lot of issues with it. What I really feel like here with the Five of Pentacles is more of an energy of, look, yes, you can manifest what it is that you want. You just have to look at things, again, from a perspective of both sides, right? Not only both sides, but the negatives and positives of both sides, right? Once you find that balancing, then these troubles will be easier for you. What this is saying is that in order to balance out the scales, you have to understand that the challenges are going to happen. Challenges will always happen. Issues will always happen. Difficulties, discomfort, sadness, grief, problems, failures, right? It's always going to happen. It's never going to go away. It's about you balancing yourself out so that it doesn't become controlling or jealous or envious, or so it doesn't become depressed, sad, really never getting anywhere in life, right? You have to just understand that, look, shit's going to happen, right? Nothing in life is perfect. Nothing in life is great. Everybody goes through issues. I don't care if you're rich or poor, okay? The color of your skin, your religion, your sex does not stop you, okay? What stops you is the way you think of situations. So this is that energy. The Five of Pentacles is telling me in the upright that you are not being this. You are not being jealous. You are not being controlling. You are not being envious. You are not being negative and depressed. And if you are this balancing energy, right? This is the justice. This is what the justice will be. The second you balance out those scales, you won't be depressed anymore. You won't be feeling like you have to hold on to this person, or you have to control what they're doing, or even control what you're doing. That's what this is saying. This is saying that if you balance out these scales, right? If you become the Two of Cups yourself, right? This perfect union. If you walk away from this negative past energy that was made to push you forward, right? If you finally jump forward and make the decision to say, okay, yes, I understand this unhappiness. I understand this unhappiness was to teach me how much I really wanted this happiness. I think you just kind of have to get this person out of your head as much as you can, okay? Again, if this person comes to you in the future, you'll be surprised. If they don't, you're prepared. Got it? That's the choices. That's how you have to look at situations, not just that this person is your person and you want them and you love them. You have to look at, okay, but yeah, this is true. I love them. I know this. I'll continue to pray for them, their success, their well-being, their happiness, and their love. But I'm also praying for myself, my love, my happiness, my growth, my expansion. Okay? This is the both sides of things. King of Wands. We're going to clarify this King of Wands in the extended, right? So we have the King of Swords and the King of Wands, but the King of Wands in reverse is the person from the past, right? In order to have justice with this person from the past, it's this energy of fully understanding that you have to put yourself first. You can't make a decision with this King of Wands. One, this King of Wands is not communicating, all right? This King of Wands is in their ego, or was in their ego. So you're holding on to an energy of someone who may not even be this anymore, right? This person may have turned their life around, and you don't know. They may be perfectly happy with the soulmate connection. And most people who understand the twin flame journey or even soulmate connections and who are confident within their own skin will understand and know how to wait till another lifetime, because you have that much confidence in a connection to say, you know what, if it doesn't happen this lifetime, I'm still going to experience my life, make the best of this journey, make the best of it, good and bad, and maybe next time, right? Maybe next life, right? That's this energy. This King of Wands energy in the reverse is not in that energy. This King of Wands in the reverse is still egotistical, is still the player, is still the promiscuous energy. Whether this is female or masculine doesn't matter. This is that energy, right? That egotistical energy. So it's important to understand that balance will take out with this person once you balance yourself out. Because once you balance yourself out, you'll be able to look at this person not just in the positive light, but you'll be able to look at them in the negative light too. All right. Once you look at them in a negative light, again, remember, it's to gain something, not to point the finger, right? Don't ever become, again, jealous, controlling, or even just rude, okay? Nobody's perfect, right? Again, all you can do is continue to pray for this person's growth as well as yours, all right? I'm praying for all of you guys every night as a collective. I pray for you guys every night, not just my Aries, but all zodiac signs. I pray for you guys to grow, to expand, to awaken, and fully understand the powers that be, all right? And the powers that be within you. So with that being said, you guys, that's all I have for you guys, all right? This did kind of go on long. I went a few minutes over the 1:30. Yes. All right, that's okay. I'm getting better. It's better than 3 hours, right? So that's all I have for you guys. Like I said, the extended 48 to 72 hours. If I don't get enough, if I don't get enough within the 42, 72 hours, I'll still just go live for the few, okay? With that being said, you guys, that's all I have. Remember, I want to do those extended lives, okay? I want to do the extended live because I can feel the energy, okay? It's like a personal reading. I do my personal readings live too, you guys. So it's just the way I do shit, okay? All right, so that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, if you guys want the extended $5 PayPal, send me an email Empress Egypt, I just paid for Aries extended, and we'll go from there. Like I said, in the extended, we're going to tap into the King of Swords, the King of Wands. We're going to be looking at the winning, right? What it is that you're winning, what choice you make here. We're going to be looking at what the 10 of Cups is. We're going to be looking at what it is that you manifest, what it is that creates this 2 of Cups and this happiness, all right? So we're just going to dive a little bit deeper and clarify a little bit more in this, all right? All right, you guys, I love you. Stay blessed. Blessed be. Let me hop over to the comments really, really quick and make sure I did not. Let me see. Let me just go over because I hadn't yet, all right? Gloria, I saw your comment earlier, my love. Hopefully this reading helps you out a little bit. Remember, if you're too much in your thoughts and you don't organize your thoughts, it's going to be really hard to feel what your intuition is telling you. But your intuition is usually that niggling feeling, that tugging or pushing feeling that you get out of nowhere. Maybe, it's something as simple as, just you didn't have the energy to get up and do something and you didn't go somewhere you were supposed to. And later that day you find out something bad happened at that place. And if that had been you, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's things like that. Sometimes it's not even a feeling. Sometimes things just happen and then you know why you made the decision you did. It's the things that happen after the fact sometimes that really make you realize what your intuition can do. Sometimes, again, things happen that's just kind of, it's one of those things. It's like when divine tells you you're protected no matter what, you have to understand and just put your faith that when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. When it's your time to live, it's your time to live, right? Just be thankful for the moments that you can breathe, but also be faithful for the moments when you can't, okay? All right. I know it sounds weird, but you have to embrace both the birth and death, right? That's just how I feel, you guys. Hopefully you guys feel the same way. If not, hopefully you don't get mad at me for feeling that way, but I love you guys. Let's see. I think I went over. You're definitely welcome, Joe. I will tell you, experience, man. Experience got me here. So when I see this, the reason I think it's so beautiful is because I've been through this over and over again. And if I hadn't have gone through all this heartbreak, all the struggles, all the addiction, all the loss, right? I mean, losing everything that I had worked for over and over again because of depression, because of alcoholism, because of drugs. If I hadn't have gone through those things, I would never fully understand all the things that I have now. There would be no value to the things. And my value and concept of things is not the same like dollar bill, you know what I mean? It's more of, understanding that you can lose anything at any moment. I mean, even the richest of riches can lose everything in a single moment. So it's understanding the wealth in here and being completely content and happy. I mean, even completely naked and just alone, right? Just like in the intro I did, the whole path of self, right? It's just understanding that even in complete isolation, you're at one and you're at peace with yourself. Like, you don't need anybody else or anything to make you happy. And once you understand that and once you can fully embrace that, that's when things happen. That's when things become easier. That's when the real manifestation takes place. I feel like most of the manifestation that takes place during these kind of emotions is a God manifestation, right? It is God helping you like a little baby saying, okay, this way, this way, this way, until finally it just hits and you're like, okay, I got it, God, thank you. Woo! And then you take off and then God's like, there's my child. Good job. Get it, boy. Get it, girl. That kind of thing. Yeah. All right, you guys, I've talked way too much. Things happen for a reason, my manager always says. You need to start saying that because it's true. Things do happen for a reason. Like I said, there for a while, a lot of the things I didn't understand, and actually I would get really mad and I'd be like, there's no God. Like, how could you do this? If you loved me, you wouldn't have done this. And I had to start saying, you know what? At some point, it wasn't even when it was happening. It was at some point, years later, I would look back and I'd be like, man, now I know why I did this, or now I know why I did that. And then I would sit there and blame you. And it's like, man, you were just trying to tell me to wake up. But I was rejecting it, right? Because I didn't fully believe that when you doubt something, that's because you don't have belief in it. And I'm just going to be honest with you. That can even be yourself. If you doubt yourself, it's because you don't believe yourself. If you doubt the possibilities, it's because you don't really believe in the possibilities, right? So again, this is why I tell my kids things like no and can't and don't. I mean, now obviously if they're trying to go touch something on a hot stove, that's different, right? But if they're saying that they don't know how to do something that I know that they can, or if they're, saying I can't when I know they can, right? Or I don't want to, when I know that they need to, I'll really, say, hey, look, do not use that word. Let's look at how you can, right? Same thing with you guys. You have to look at the possibilities. So instead of saying, things happen for a reason, my manager always says, you need to say, you know what? Things do happen for a reason. I just need to figure out what that reason was, right? Start asking more questions and opening your mind more to all outcomes. It's the same thing like with my daughter. I try to tell her, of course, I have my own political ideology. Of course, I'm more on the side of less government than anything, but, hey, it is what it is. Everybody's got their own, boat to float. But I try to tell my kids every day, you can't just choose a side. You can't just choose Democrat or Republican. You can't just choose Biden or Trump. That's not how it works. Same thing with this decision. You can't just choose this person or choose you. You have to embrace both sides, learn both sides, not just by what you see and hear, right? But the actual feeling, the actual research. You have to look at both sides to be able to make that decision. You can't just make a decision, because if you just make a decision, you didn't make a decision. You just chose to not make a decision. You chose to just, okay, I'm doing this because everybody else is doing it, or because of what this said or that said or this said. You know what I'm saying? You have to actually research both options if you're going to make a decision, right? Because if not, repercussions happen, bad cycles, challenges, issues. Same thing with the presidency. I mean, clearly we're seeing it, right? So that's kind of like what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So I know I went off for a long time. So just start thinking more positively, but also really research what it is that you are believing in, what it is that you are feeling. And there's only so much that the eye can do. You have to also just trust, right? You just have to trust that you're still alive for a reason, that you're going through this pain for a reason, just like this 10 of Cups, right? You have to understand that you're losing all of this. You're not gaining all of this, so that you understand what this is, so that when you get this, you appreciate the hell out of it, and you don't just throw it away because you didn't know what it was, right? That's the point of this card. All right? All right, you guys, I love you. Stay blessed. Blessed be. I will be doing the zodiac sign readings like this once a month, okay? Again, my readings are timeless. So if you find this in 3 months from the date, 5 months from the date, the message was for you, okay? Obviously, if it resonates. If this resonated for you guys, yes, I have my chats open, but for you guys watching this on replay, let me know in the comments down below how this resonates or how this may help you. Also, you guys, if in 6 months from now you feel like this reading did change you, come back and drop a comment and be like, hey, Empress Egypt, thanks, dude, this really helped. Others need to see that it is possible to create with a little bit of advice, with a little bit of positive feedback, with a little bit of positive help, right? Grabbing somebody's hand and pulling them up. So again, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, do all that good stuff. Every time you guys hit those thumbs up, every time you drop a comment, it helps get this video in the algorithm, which means it helps to get this message to somebody that may be in need, okay? So continue, guys. I love you. Remember, also, too, when you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you are entered to win my giveaway. I will be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and it is a 2-hour reading to one of my lucky subscribers I randomly choose. Make sure you're following me on Instagram where I announce the winner. All right, you guys? So I think that's pretty much it. Again, anything I have forgotten, I will drop a comment or put in the description box. I love you. Stay blessed. Blessed be. I still have 3 more readings to do, and then I'm going to try to do a twin flame reading tonight, the shadows of the twin flame reading. The shadows, and I'm talking about the depths of the twin flame reading. I'm going to try to get it to tonight. Like I said, I might not have time because I still have Taurus, Gemini, and I believe Cancer still to do for today. So I will get all zodiac signs done this week, you guys. And then, like I said, I'm going to get that twin flame shadow reading for you guys too. At some point, I'll get that shadow twin flame reading in. Just give me some time on that one, okay, you guys? I did a few twin flame readings already, so I'm kind of over the twin flame reading. I ain't gonna lie. All right, you guys, I love you. Stay blessed. Enough of me talking.